This is your privacy policy. I'm just quoting from it.
Senator, to the best of my knowledge, we do not maintain any genetic information.
It says even if you choose to delete your account, we will retain your genetic information, date of birth and sex, even if you choose to delete your account.
Welcome to React America, where we speak truth with clarity. If you're tired of elites selling out your freedom and your data, this is a channel for you. Today's story is chilling. 23andMe, the genetic testing company trusted by millions of Americans, is under fire for what looks like a massive betrayal of consumer privacy. Selling your DNA to Big Pharma while hiding behind a wall of fine print and doublespeak. Stick with us, because what you're about to hear has massive implications, not just for your privacy, but for national security, for your children, and for the country we love. Before we dive in, smash that like button, comment, and subscribe.
Sales Savage, if I could just start with you. So how many customers do you have approximately?
Between 14 and 15 million customers.
Between 14 and 15 million. I think you told Senator Britt just a minute ago that a goodly number of those are minors. Is that correct?
What I said was I don't have the number of customers.
You have the genetic data of a good many minors. Is that correct?
We have genetic data for a particular number of minors, and I will be happy to provide.
People under the age of 18, is that correct?
That is how I'm defining a minor.
So they give your customers, I just want to make sure I understand your business model. Your customers give you their genetic information for you to run various tests on, is that right?
Even worse, your kids aren't safe either. The company admitted they hold genetic data on a good number of minors, children under 18. Their data could be sold next. This is a digital equivalent of harvesting fingerprints from newborns and selling them to the highest bidder. Where's the outrage from the so-called privacy advocates?
Yes, that is correct.
And I mean, that's pretty sensitive stuff, isn't it? Somebody's genetic information, is there anything more personal than that?
I would agree with you, Senator, that genetic data is sensitive information.
And so now you're just going to sell all of it? 15 million people, bunches of kids, maybe millions. It's just going to be sold in the open market?
And now, 23andMe is preparing to sell all of this to who else? Big Pharma. One of the buyers is Regeneron, a massive pharmaceutical firm. That's right, 15 million DNA profiles, potentially including children's, on the auction block, all without your informed, meaningful consent.
As Senator, the good news, as I mentioned, is that the two bidders or buyers for the company, one is Regeneron, which is
That's the big pharma company?
It
doesn't make me feel any better.
It's a large pharmaceutical company.
All right, so you're gonna take 15 million Americans' genetic information and you're gonna sell it to somebody, and your message to us is today, trust us, it'll be fine. Maybe it's a big pharma company. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe they'll treat it right. I thought your privacy code, your privacy commitment said that consumers had a right not to have their information shared with anybody else without their consent. I mean, I've got your privacy statement right here. It says that without their consent, you can't share their information. You're about to sell it.
You've heard them say, consumers have full control of their data. But let's be real. When users tried to delete their data after the sale announcement, the site mysteriously went down. It wasn't a glitch. It was a strategy. These companies know the value of your information, and they're not going to let you walk away easily.
Senator, that consent is, essentially for,
Not real?
Not shared for research purposes, and we are not selling it for research purposes.
So when you tell the consumer, give us your personal information and we'll take money from you, and we won't give it to anybody without your consent, it's not real. It just means, maybe kind of depends on the day.
Senator, I will say that our customers' data is their own. They have the right at all times to access that information. They can edit it.
Well, sure they can, but you're about to sell it to who knows who. They can't control it. You said to Senator Moody that consumers have complete control of their data. Complete. How can they have complete control if you're about to sell it without their consent?
And don't take my word for it. Just read their fine print. The company admits it retains genetic data, even after deletion. So when they tell the Senate and the public that everything gets wiped, They're lying. And when companies lie about something this serious, they should be investigated, sued, and shut down if necessary.
Senator, they can delete that data anytime up until the sale and after.
Oh, okay. They can delete the data. Have you fixed the ability of customers to go on your website and delete it? Because right after you announced your sale, your deletion page went down. I hold in my hand here an article from the Wall Street Journal. 23andMe's site goes down as customers struggle to delete their data. Can they even get onto your site to delete their data?
Senators called this what it is: a potential violation of privacy law, false claims, hidden clauses, exploitation of personal data. And yet, where are the lawsuits? Where's the accountability? This is exactly why conservatives fight for transparency, parental rights, and digital sovereignty.
They can, Senator, and
You fixed this?
that was an issue that, yes, we fixed immediately after.
It's up and running now? Customers can go on?
Customers can go on and they can delete their data.
What happens when
less
they
than
go onto
5
your
minutes.
site to delete their data?
When a customer logs into their account at 23andMe, they go to their settings page, and there's a section there where just click delete my data. It confirms that they want to delete their data, and it's deleted automatically.
Is that true? Let's take a look.
Okay.
When they go onto your page, they get an opportunity. It says permanently delete the data. So they click the button that says permanently delete the data, and then they get a notification that says your account is no longer accessible. How do they know if they can't access their account anymore? How do they know their data's been deleted?
Because we send them a notification that their information has been deleted.
You send it once, and how long does that take?
Our policies state that, we will delete their data within 30 days, and in most cases, it is automatic and happens much quickly.
And when you deleted it, it's deleted. It's gone forever.
All the genetic data is deleted forever, and yes.
Really? Because that's not what your privacy statement says in the fine print. Let's read it. What your statement says is, we retain personal information for as long as necessary to provide the services and fill the transactions you have requested, to comply with our legal obligations, resolve disputes, enforce agreements, etc., etc. And then it goes on, 23andMe and or our contracted genotyping laboratory will retain your genetic information even if you choose to delete your account.
Let's go even deeper. What happens when this genetic information ends up in the hands of foreign buyers or compromised labs? We're not just talking about privacy now. We're talking about national security, bioweapons, tracking, genetic targeting. President Trump was right. Secure our data, secure our borders, and stop letting global corporations sell America's future to the highest bidder.
Senator, 23andMe, it does not retain any genetic information regarding the consumer once they delete their account. We do.
It says right here that you will retain genetic information, including date of birth and sex, even if you choose to delete your account. This is your privacy policy. I'm just quoting from it.
Senator, to the best of my knowledge, we do not maintain any genetic information.
It says even if you choose to delete your account, we will retain your genetic information, date of birth and sex, even if you choose to delete your account.
There is some information that we do retain, such as, but not related to the genetic information.
Right.
But that, such as name, email address,
Oh.
and other.
So even if you delete the account, you retain their name, you retain their email address, you retain their date of birth, you retain their sex, and you retain their genetic information, even if they choose to delete your account. So in other words, don't talk to your suit behind you, talk to me. He's not testifying, you are.
This is bigger than just 23andMe. This is the Silicon Valley playbook. 1. Build trust with flashy apps and warm marketing. 2. Harvest your data. 3. Sell it when no one's watching. They count on you being too busy to read the fine print. But React America is here to read it. For you, your family, and your freedom.
You do not allow consumers actually to delete permanently their data. And when you said a minute ago to Senator Moody, at all times consumers have complete control of their data, that's just not true, is it? By the terms of your own agreement, that just is not true.
Senator, with all due respect, all of the genetic data is deleted. We are only
With all due respect, what you are telling me is in direct contravention to what your own policy states, even if you choose to delete your account. In fact, what you do is you allow your consumers to delete their account settings, but their data isn't deleted. You still have it. The laboratory still has it. You have their name. You have their date of birth. You have their sex. And now you're going to sell it. Here's my point. It's a pattern. Your consumers actually aren't in control of anything. You are. You control their data. You control their genetic information. Now you're about to sell it. You promise them, we won't ever sell it without your consent, but you're doing it. You promise them, we'll allow you to delete it, but you don't. In fact, you've lied to them. Have you not?
Senator, we have not. I assure you that we are deleting all of our customers who have requested
No, you're not. You're not, because your policies say they're not, and you're not deleting it because if you were, your company wouldn't be worth $300 million. No, don't read from what your guy behind you is shoveling talking points to you now. I don't want your talking points. I've read your policies.
The media won't touch this. Why? Because they're compromised. They'll cover celebrity drama and TikTok trends, while 23andMe quietly monetizes your identity. This is a quiet war. Your data is a battlefield, and your consent is under assault.
I've seen what they are, and I tell you what, it's amazing to me you're not getting your socks sewed off by your customers. I hope they will. I hope they will rush to the courthouse, even as we are here today, to sue you into oblivion for lying to them and taking their most personal, identifiable information and selling it for a profit and lying to them and to the American public. Quite frankly, Mr. Salsavage, what you're doing here has all kinds of implications, national security implications, all of it, but nothing is worse than taking the personal, identifiable information of American consumers and keeping it and lying to them about it while you make a huge profit off of it. It's unbelievable to me. It's absolutely unbelievable.
Don't just sit back, be heard. Demand federal legislation protecting your genetic privacy. Share this video with everyone you know. And most of all, stay informed. The America First movement is about protecting the real building blocks of this country. You, your family, and your freedom. Thanks for standing with React America. If you found this video valuable, hit subscribe, drop a comment, and share it with someone who needs to wake up. Until then, stay bold, stay free, and stay American.